While we are a little bit loose here, I need to turn our attention to something that in the college football workroom was identified as just absolute peak off-season content, because an actual story in the Associated Press in the United States of America in 2025, the headline reads, West Virginia coach Rich Rodriguez bans TikTok dancing. You're not banning TikTok because, as Rich Rodriguez says, well, they're going to be on it. I'm not banning them from it. He says, I'm just banning them from dancing on it. It's like, look, we try to have a hard edge or whatever, and you're there in tights dancing on TikTok. It ain't quite, actual statement from the AP. It ain't quite the image of our program that I want. I'm allowed to do that. I can have rules. 20 years from now, if they want to be sitting in their pajamas in the basement eating Cheetos and watching TikTok or whatever the hell, they can go at it, smoking cannabis, whatever, knock yourself out, close quote from Rich Rodriguez. And if we thought that the Rich Rodriguez era at West Virginia was going to bring us some entertainment based on the on-field aspects of Rich Rod's offensive style and the way that he was going to try to revitalize the Mountaineers, boy, he's given us some off-field stuff too. Danny, you are in a leadership position of a TikTok-forward and TikTok-friendly family. What do we think about banning TikTok dancing at West Virginia?
Well, my daughters don't think we're too TikTok-friendly, as I've got them locked down pretty good on screen time limits, all those types of things. I love this take from Rich Rod. Yes. I absolutely love it, because you know what I think? The first time I saw a Bama player putting out a TikTok from the locker room, I'm like, they're done. Dynasty's done. Like, you thought it was watching film and seeing it on tape? No. The minute I saw that happen, I was like, they're toast. When was the last time you saw, and I think there's been a bunch. I mean, there's been all kind of videos. They go viral. Florida State's had them. When was the last time you saw a TikTok video that players posted and you were like intimidated? Like, oh, whoa, can't wait. How are we going to beat this team? No, you do look soft. You look weak. So I love this. I say good luck enforcing it, but I love it. He's not the only one. Matt Rule actually was talking, when he was talking about the spring games, he said that he caught a couple players that were posting TikToks from the weight room, which was against policy. So he had them run as a little punishment. He alluded to that. So he's not the only one. I love it. I want more of these rules. In fact, I think the ACC needs to do something to step up and try to close the gap between the Big Ten and SEC. I think it should be conference-wide. Jim Phillips, step up to the plate and ban TikTok from the football facilities.
Oh, actually, no. What the ACC will do is they will allow Florida State, Clemson, and Miami to do TikToks, but nobody else.
No, they're all brought to you by New York Life. You can do TikTok, you can do TikToks, but they're brought to you by New York Life, and we get to add it into the Florida State slush fund to be able to pay them out at the end of the year as time slot champs. It's so funny. Like, one of my favorite comedians right now is a guy named Roy Wood Jr. And one of his hooks right now is progress then backlash. And it's like one of the ways he talks about sort of the way the pendulum swings in our society. And it's like progress, players are getting paid, backlash. Rich Rod says, no, sir, you cannot dance on TikTok right now. It's the way of the universe. Do you think that players will respond? Bud, do you think players will respond to this message?
I mean, I think they'll probably follow it. I think a lot of college coaches don't want their kids dancing on TikTok. I probably wouldn't want mine either. So I don't think it would be that big of a deal. They definitely don't want you doing it in the facility. I think that's a common refrain. It's like, let's stop making all these TikToks within the facility. But I guess the flip side is, where are the kids you're recruiting? They're on TikTok, most likely. And if you're proud of your facility, then having your guys proud to show it off is probably a good thing, actually.
That's fair. I'll take that. What is the last TikTok that y'all have seen, or what's the last time you saw like players in the facility doing something that you like laughed at, thought was engaging, something that was of value?
I have a TikTok, but I don't know my login. I know AJ posts, like, it somehow posted to my TikTok when I make these vertical videos. When
Shout out to AJ always.
But I don't actually know what login it is. So
I am not on TikTok. I have never been on TikTok. I don't know. I've never seen one. I'm an old man.
I don't put it on my phone.
I just launched TikTok after talking to Mackenzie Brooks and Jordan Giorgio. They were like, "Oh, you got to do it. You're missing out." I don't feel like I'm missing that much. Like I've been on it for a couple months. I've only posted a handful of videos. There are some unique ones, like the kid from FGCU. Did you see the kid that went viral, the basketball player? He's going the road to 1 point. And
yes.
He's been doing it for like a year now. He's got like 2 million followers. We had him on the radio show. Great kid. Like he's funny. Like it's fun. He's making fun of himself. That's kind of different. That's not really what we're talking about.
So he's going the Mark Titus route.
Yes.
Yeah. Club Trillion.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, there are ways to market yourself. I mean, there was the kid at UCF, the kicker who, got in trouble with the NCAA. At least now they're able to monetize it. But yeah, there's not many. Oh, it's a basketball player that was singing in the locker room all the time from Duke. That's in the Washington. What the kid?
I thought Jared McCain always got like cooked.
That's the one.
For the TikToks.
Now,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. He got cooked. That's what I'm thinking about. He had a massive following. I was watching a Duke Carolina game. This is when he was still there. And my daughters walked by the TV and they go, oh, that's the TikTok guy. They had no idea like the magnitude of Duke, North Carolina, but he had built this following. But again, it goes back to my point. When was the last time you were like intimidated by Jared McCain? Like he looks soft as Charmin when he posts those videos. Like it's brutal.
Hey, listen, all I know is the Bama dynasty was dead when they got on TikTok is about as like a great of a heavy hit as we're going to be able to get.
Do you know, so on a more serious note, this is what I would concern me if you guys are not on TikTok a lot. Most of the trends that go viral, I mean, this is a little behind the scenes. Most of the lyrics in the songs are ones that are definitely over the line. And if you're a white guy singing along with some of the rap lyrics, like that is the last thing you want. Like in a more serious note, like I've had to talk to my daughters about that. Like, hey, watch what you're posting, listen to the words. And they're like, oh, it's just this dance. But I'm like, are you listening to the words? And worse, if you're singing along to them, you get caught in a really bad position with that. But Mackenzie, so speaking of Mackenzie, she was here at the house where, with the whole crew watching stuff. Brady, my 12-year-old, wanted to make a TikTok with Mackenzie. They make a TikTok. I come back. I'm like, oh, that's cute. They're over there doing a little dance. I had to have a little conversation with Mackenzie as my fourth daughter, telling her, hey, we need to clean up some of these lyrics. You're dancing with a 12-year-old, and it was F-bombs were dropped, like sexual innuendos. I'm like, what are we doing? Come on.